Catholic priests inside residence in Niger, abduct 5 in Katsina Church, kidnap another Catholic priest in Ekiti. Jakonde Best Lagos Governor Tinubu appropriating Fashola Ambode Project Article Campaign Council. Scrabble for Kano Lagos or your Rivers Kaduna voters. Article Tinubu Obi Kwamponso flood states with mobilizers. COVID-19 NSCDC confirms 42 new cases. PDP APC suspend campaigns as 16 PDP supporters die in accident in Plateau. NDLEA busts another tramadol cartel, says it's over 5 billion naira operates in Lagos warehouse, dismantles Shukrus lab in Shagamu. National Courier airlines kick against transfer of Nigerian Air case to Abuja. Tinubu Shetima in closed-door meeting with APC Governors National Assembly candidate. Let's work as a team for party's retreat, Tinubu pleads. We are watching those working against party's interests, Shetima. National Assembly gets 328.1 billion naira in 2023 fiscal year, highest budgeting allocation in 23 years. Arsenal gun down Spurs at White Hart Lane. Chelsea hijack Arsenal target lands Mudryk for £97 million. Feminines goal given because of home bias. Guardiola. This and many more after this break.
A very lovely Monday morning to you, dear listener of OSBC Radio 104.5 FM. Iliawiye Okebale Oshogo, Voice of the West. And we are welcoming you to today's edition of Headlines. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola and
Olushola Egbodofo. Good morning. Ahead of the presidential elections, serving overseer of the Citadel Global Community Church, Pastor Tunde Bakari has warned Nigerians to avoid politicians with a sense of entitlement. He also charged Nigerians to reject vote bias in the 2023 election, calling for entrenchment of good politics which focuses on issues of development. This was contained in Bakari's statement of the nation address at his church leaders headquarters in Lagos. The cleric warned that politics of entitlement, which he referred to in his speech as a Milocon type of politics, manifests among perennial candidacy, not with the intent to serve, but to gratify long-term personal ambitions.
Presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Bola Tinubu, and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, held a closed-door meeting on Sunday in Abuja with governorship and National Assembly candidates on the need for synergy. It was gathered that at the meeting held at the APC Presidential Campaign Council Secretariat, Tinubu tasked the candidates to work as a team to ensure victory for APC at all levels in the forthcoming general election. A source at the meeting told reporters that his running mate Senator Kashim Shettima cautioned those who were believed to be working against the party interest to have a rethink to avoid being excluded from the list of those that will be rewarded for guaranteeing APC victory at the poll.
The federal government and its agencies have been advised against enforcing anti-press laws, especially the Cybercrime Act of 2015, noting that such action pertains for the forthcoming general election. According to the United States Agency for International Development, said enforcement of such laws is tantamount to depriving the public of information about activities of government. Chief Executive Officer of FBFI, Dr. Fumi Akinleye, in his presence of other representatives of various civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, and other stakeholders, echoed his position at a media party organized in partnership said held in Ibadan. He cautioned against the use of legislative instruments to suppress the media, stressing that the success of the elections depended on the disposition of the government to the media.
The camp of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, on Sunday claimed that the political strategy of the standard bearer of the All Progressives Congress going into next month's election is based on falsehood. The Special Assistant Public Communication to the main opposition party candidate, Frank Shaibu, made the assertion in a statement noting that Tinubu also believes in exaggerating small achievements that his tenure recorded in Lagos as governor. The statement, which described Tinubu as the worst civilian governor in Lagos history, posited that late Alhaji Lateef Jakonde holds the honor as the best ever Lagos State Chief Executive because of his sterling performance in his short tenure from 1979 to 1983.
A week after the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC announced that there were 93.5 million prospective voters in the coming general election, leading candidates of the presidential poll have reviewed parts of their game plans on how to secure the vital majority votes in the geopolitical zones. The review is largely in response to the huge volumes of potential votes in a number of states in the geopolitical zones, voting patterns in past elections. To win, a candidate is required to have the majority of vote cast and in at least 25% of the vote in 24 or more of the 36 states. Therefore, camps of four leading presidential candidates, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Bola Tinubu, All Progressives Congress, Mr. Peter Obi, Labour Party, and Senator Rabi Kwankwaso of the new Nigerian People's Party are involved in deft moves to gain a superior advantage in the build-up to the election.
President Muhammadu Buhari and state governors, namely Dapo Abiodun, Ogun State, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Ben Ayade, Cross River, Rotimi Akeredolu, Ondo, Ben Ayade, Cross River, Ademola Adeleke, Osun, Biodun Yebanji, Ekiti, and Abdulrazak of Kwara State on Sunday commemorated this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day with the laying of wreaths at cenotaphs, calling on Nigerians to shun any acts capable of threatening the peace and unity of the country. They underscored the need for all to be conscious of the supreme price paid by members of the armed forces, including ex-servicemen, to defend the nation's territorial integrity by supporting all efforts by the security agencies to ensure oneness and peaceful coexistence among the ethnic nationalities. In Abuja, President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday laid the honor to fallen heroes cap with the laying of wreaths to mark the finale of this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. The president, who led senior government officials for the ceremony, arrived the National Arcade, 3 Arms Zone, Abuja at 5 minutes past 10 in the morning and was immediately ushered onto the saluting dais of the National Salute. He inspected the guard of honor before prayers were offered by the departed and their family.
In Osun State, Governor Ademola Adeleke on Sunday advocated national dialogue on the sustainable financing of security sector amidst national economic crisis. He is spokesperson Malam Lawali Rashid, who made this known in a statement in Osogbo, quoted Adeleke to have made the call at the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. According to the statement, Adeleke noted that Nigerians are faced with mounting security challenges at a time of national and global economic crisis. And he averred national and state leaders must therefore brainstormed on how best to meet the financial needs of the security sector despite competing needs. A new national dialogue on sustainable funding for the armed forces and other security services is necessary now more than ever before.
And now moving on to some economic related stories. Right. As Nigerians await the release of December 2022 inflation rate by the National Bureau of Statistics, Economic Research and Consulting has projected inflation in December to rise to 21.6%. Nigeria's inflation rose to 21.47% in November from 21.09% recorded in October, representing the 10th consecutive monthly increase since the start of the year 2022. Dr. Emmanuel Omotaya Konde, lead economist at Wells Fargo Bank, United States, and a senior economic consultant at Cape Economic Research and Consulting, described 2023 as a not so optimistic year after a slow comeback from COVID-19 in 2022.
Still under COVID-19, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention (NCDC) has confirmed 42 additional COVID-19 infections in the country in 2 weeks, with Lagos State recording 27 cases. The NCDC made this known via its official website on Sunday, adding that Edo, Kano, Nasarawa, Kaduna, Plateau, and the Federal Capital Territory contributed the remaining figure. The health agency said that the new cases brought the country's total of COVID-19 infection to 266,492, which were recorded between December 31st last year and January 13. According to the report, the NCDC confirmed that the country recorded 29 new cases from 7th January to 13, and the new cases reported are from Lagos 15, FCT 5, Kano 4, Nasarawa 3, Kaduna 1, and Plateau 1. It also said that a multi-sectoral National Emergency Operations Center activated at level 2 had continued to coordinate the national response activities, and this will be our talking point this morning. The re-emergence of COVID-19 NCDC confirms 42 new cases. What can we do to avert this situation?
And for your contributions, you can call 081 877 5777. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited at the weekend disclosed plans to commence digging up the first oil well in Nasarawa in March 2023. It said the move is in continuation of its oil exploration activities in the country's inland basins. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Malam Mele Kyari, made this disclosure when the governor of the state, Abdullahi Sule, led a delegation of prominent indigents of the state on a courtesy visit to the NNPC Limited in Abuja. He said that the result of the exploratory activities confirmed the presence of substantial hydrocarbon resources in the state. To this end, he called for prompt action on the project as the global energy transition has led to a reduction in investment in fossil fuels.
Always a leader. Thinking of where to get qualitative education for your child? Think of Global Leaders Academy. Our creche, nursery, primary, and secondary schools are established in tandem with global standards with qualified and experienced teachers. At Global Leaders Academy, we have state-of-the-art facilities such as comfortable hostel accommodation with maximum security, well-equipped science laboratory, school buses, adequately furnished library, and many more. Oh yes, worship centers are available to accommodate each student's preferred religion. We also take our students for excursion on a regular basis. These and many more reasons are why Global Leaders Academy has been a choice school for parents who desire qualitative education for their children. Visit us today at Global Leaders Academy, located at Plot 1AMB, Oroki Estate, Lameko Junction, Oshogbo, or call 0815-928-0037. At Global Leaders Academy, we are not led, we lead, and always a leader.
The Nigerian Immigration Service has expressed worry over the number of unclaimed passport booklets in his custody in Ondo and Ekiti State, calling on the applicant in the two states to urgently visit its offices to collect the passports they applied for. The Assistant Controller General of Immigration in charge of Land and Border, Emmanuel Fagbamigbe, who discloses to newsmen in Akure, Ondo State capital, said about 5,000 uncollected passport booklets are lying unclaimed at the state's demand.
The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission said it has been able to curb the activities of illegal digital lenders in the country and significantly reduce complaints on their activities. In the past few years, the unethical practices by some practitioners on the nation's fintech and digital lending spaces have become a huge concern to stakeholders. Matters, however, got to a head with a groundswell of complaints from customers in 2022.
Hello, good morning. The federal government, through the National Information Technology Development Agency, distributed smart agriculture. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Morning, sir.
I'm Sunday from Larry. You have to contribute. I started the program with you. We don't know the topic on ground.
Is the topic on ground is the emergence of COVID-19, as NSCDC recorded about 42 cases.
What I can say is that one needs to take care of himself or herself very well in order not to be a victim. God bless you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
My name is Aro Olaoye. From UWD, East South. What Nigeria needs to do pertaining to emergence of COVID-19 again is that we should be, very vigilant. All the protocols of the, prevention for COVID-19 should be adopted. We should go back to the drawing board to go and start to eradicate these things. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello?
President Muhammadu Buhari will today depart for Nouakchott, the capital of Mauritania, to receive African Award for Strengthening Peace for his leadership role in promoting peace on the continent through regular inventions, councils, and conciliatory position.
Bandits in the early hours of Sunday stormed the parish residence of one Reverend Father Isaac Archie of St. Peter's and Paul Catholic Church along Desert Road, Kafinkuru in Paikoro local government area of Niger State, and set the house ablaze with them inside. This was confirmed in a statement by the state PRO DSP Wasu Abiodun, who narrated that the bandits. Hello, good morning. Hello? We missed that call. You narrated that the bandits attempted to gain entrance to the residence at about 3 a.m. but faced difficulties and resorted to setting the house ablaze while the said Reverend Father was still inside. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Shola.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Shola.
Good morning, sir. Doctor.
Dr. Akipelu contributing.
You're welcome, Doctor.
Though they say the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of COVID-19 will be next to that. And in mentioning COVID-19 sent shivers through my veins because I still collect those lock-up days. We better don't get to that stage, for God's sake. Let the minister, the federal minister, call an urgent meeting of all the state ministers so that they know what to do in time, not to start locking us indoors again. No. That would be suicidal. God God bless this country. Good morning.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
You're welcome.
Alaji Mufuta Wadeleke, contributing from Okibale. COVID-19 again, despite all efforts of government, well, we should be more prayerful. Only God's intervention can save us. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Osowo. The emergence of COVID-19 again in this country is an astonishment to me. Because my thought is that it has left the soul of Nigeria. Now that it is coming back, I want to implore every one of us to be more concerned. The federal government and all authorities must do the needful by trying to prevent it and do not allow it to spread as we have that to. Because it is not good. Apart from that, all Nigeria must revert back to COVID-19 protocol. We must observe it every second wherever we go. And apart from this, we should be very, very prayerful. God will heal us totally in this country. Good morning.
Thank you. And before we move on to sports, a middle-aged mother of 4 identified as patients has been stabbed to death on Oda Road in Akure, Ondo State capital, by unknown persons. The deceased, who was a hairdresser at Popular Ojoba Market, was said to be on her way home from Kajola area when she was attacked in her car and stabbed by some persons at about 8:30 p.m. A source explained that the mother of 4, who had gone for a business transaction, was driving home when the hoodlums attacked her, leaving her in a pool of blood while her nipples were removed. Now to sports.
Aruna Kadri has been eliminated from the World Table Tennis contender in Durban, South Africa. Aruna started the competition in an impressive version, beating the Chinese star player Sun Wen in the round of 32. He also defeated France's youngster LeBron 3-2 in the round of 16 to set up a quarter-final clash against Ukrainian star Yaroslav Zugremenko. Aruna surrendered all 3 sets, 11-8, 11-7 and 11-3, in a one-sided match that lasted just 23 minutes.
The Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Darim, has donated Tikwa ball to the Ifeanyi Uba Sport House in Niue. The minister made the donation while commissioning the newly constructed sport house in Niue. The multipurpose sport house was built by Senator Ifeanyi Uba, a gesture the minister said, if emulated by every lawmaker in Nigeria, will advance sport development in Nigeria.
Plateau United on Sunday forced Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan to a 3-3 draw in the match day 1 of the Nigerian Premier Football League played in Jos. The Shooting Stars opened the scoring in the 6th minute of the game through Joshua Akpan before home team forward Oyebuchi Ifeanyi equalized for his side. Arsenal
have gone 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League with a 2-0 win over Tottenham in the North London derby. Spurs keeper Hugo Lloris dropped a cleaner to put the Gunners ahead after 15 minutes, and captain Martin Odegaard made it 2-0 late in the first period before Mikel Arteta's side saw out the game with applause. And with our sports story, we have come to the end of today's edition of Headlines. Join our colleagues tomorrow for another scintillating package. On behalf of the producer of this program, and the production advisor, Abimbola Babatunde, my name is Ulushola Egodofo and
Olubomi Ajiboye Agbola.
We say good morning.
It's entertaining, it's educating, really informative, qualitative news as it breaks. It's OSBC Radio 2, 104.5 FM.